your own experience of playing in playoffs, it's always they're such massive matches, aren't they?
Yeah, I played in two and was suspended for a third one. The initial one I was suspended for was Holland at Anfield, and they were on the makings of a great team, and we were outplayed and outclassed on the night, so that was just a tough one. We ended up picking one of the best teams in the world to be in a playoff against, which may happen as a result of what's happened with the seedings in the last few weeks. But that was I didn't really play. I wasn't with the team. I went to the game all right, but that was a bad experience. Next up was Turkey, which we struggled at home. We fought as hard as we could. We couldn't break them down, and then we went out there, and that was an experience. They sent us all around the world, and gave us ferry journeys, car journeys, bus journeys, and it was all, it was all everything you don't want in a football trip. Building works next door to the hotel rooms, it was all crazy stuff, and they managed to get by. We were a whisker from getting there. We put a lot of pressure on the last few minutes, but they managed to get to their tournament. And then it was third time lucky in many respects. We got there in obviously Iran, which was an amazing experience. I mean, we obviously did all the hard work here in Lansdowne. We got the 2-goal cushion. We went out there. The crazy thing, I mean, Irish people who made the trip will remember this. Before that game, there was 96,000 people in the stadium singing 8 hours before kickoff, and it was incredible. Then they started lighting fires, and then it was just the most amazing thing. And thankfully our lads played really well, and as a group, they stemmed the tide, and eventually the crowd got frustrated with their own team, and they gave all them stick, and then we sort of coasted it through and found ourselves on the plane to a World Cup. So I hope it really happens for the present crop. I think they've come on a long way from when Trapattoni took over. I think he's made men out of a few players who were possibly in the balance of whether they were going to become great internationals or not. The John O'Shea, for instance, I think is one, unquestionably a fantastic player for Manchester United, but I think his last spell under Trapattoni, he's been so impressive for me. Richard Dunn has become that leader that we all hoped he would do. He's held on to people like Kev Kilban and got the best out of them towards the tail end of their careers, and Robbie's been rejuvenated. Robbie Keane, I can remember scoring his first goal, doing an interview like this after the game, and they said to me, what do we think, where can he bring it, how far will he go? At the time, Frank Stapleton held the record with 20 goals. I said, this guy could get 40. And I remember,
Did you put money down on that?
I didn't put money down that I should have done. And I can remember it went back to the studio, and I was told afterwards that they laughed at me and said I shouldn't say anything stupid like that on TV. Well, who knows? It would be a great time for him to get his 40th in the playoffs.
God, he's 40 already, isn't he?
It's 41st. It's 41st.
21 is a reasonable number as well, though.
It seems so.
20. People might have laughed when they said Niall Quinn's going to score 21 goals for Ireland.
I think at the time
you might have been one of them.
No, I think at the time when I was growing up, I got the tail end of Don Gibbons' career, going to watch him play at the end of his, and obviously all of Frank Stapleton's. Most of his most memorable times at Ireland, and there was sort of something in me that when I got the chance to wear their jersey, their number 9 jersey, whatever, I was just pleased to do it at the time. I never dreamt I was going to go and beat them all and get 21. But there was something so much different about Robbie Keane. You knew he wasn't going to settle for 22. He was one of these people who was on a different sort of wavelength. This sort of I suppose confidence and cockiness that he had as a young player. He was obviously a child prodigy. His talent. He was playing in first teams at Wolves and teams like that at a very young age. Been sold around the world for lots of money, and he's been there and done it all the time. His goal scoring record's phenomenal. He's scoring goals all over the place in the Premiership still. I have to say he's on a different planet. I think to all of those players, myself, Steve, Tony Cascarino, Frank Stapleton. All the guys who played up there, Don Givens, all of us who got a few goals. I think he's really brought it to a new level, and he doesn't get the credit he deserves for that.
And hopefully he'll get to score in a second World Cup as well.
Absolutely, that would be great. I mean, Robbie was sort of the one of the high points of the 2002 World Cup. It was great. It was a great experience for him. But for him to get there with all his experience now, I think it might even be better. He might get more than he got the last time.
Even without the tall man beside him helping him out. Thanks very much, Niall. Cheers.
Pleasure.